Hi, welcome to Melissa's Money Mindset. So if you've been following my YouTube thumbnail saga, then you know from my previous video that I was really struggling to find a YouTube thumbnail designer, and I certainly didn't want to continue making YouTube thumbnails myself. So I have found a solution to the problem, and I wanted to share that with all of you today if any of you were interested. So before we get into the video, let me know if you want to see more business and finance related content just like this. Subscribe to my channel and don't forget to hit that notification bell so that you're notified every time I put out a new video. Let's get right into it. So a lot of you may remember from my previous video that I said that I actually receive multiple emails per day telling me just exactly how terrible my own thumbnails are and offering to make me a new YouTube thumbnail. So I eventually caved and I gave in to one of the people that had been messaging me for weeks, if not months, and I had them make me a test thumbnail. Now I gave them a lot of criteria, none of which was included in the final thumbnail that they gave to me, and this is what they ended up giving me. So while this is not the worst thumbnail that I've ever seen, there's no text on the screen. I didn't want that particular shirt featured, and I told them that I didn't want them to do any like AI retouching of me, of my face. I just wanted to look like me. That's what I like to look like on the internet. And this is what they came back with. And then when I asked them to make any edits, they were very resistant and kept telling me that I was misunderstanding them, and it was just all kind of lost in translation and ended up turning into a huge nightmare. I ended up paying them $7 to just go away, but I ended up not going with them, and I actually ended up posting 2 jobs on the Upwork platform that you'll have seen from my previous video. So in this video, I wanted to go over and show you all of the things basically that these graphic designers came up with and tell you who I actually ended up going with. Now, I say that I attempted to hire 5 people, but only 4 people ended up actually delivering work. And that's because I had kind of a weird interaction, something that doesn't happen really ever on the Upwork platform. I will have my video editor pop up just like a screenshot of the conversation that ended up happening. I don't want to publicly like slam this person, so I don't want to actually show their name. But it was very bizarre. I basically said hi to this person. Thanks for applying to my job. There were quite a lot of candidates because there were 40. So I'd love to have a few thumbnail designers work on a test project for me, and I'll go with whoever's design I like best. The agreement would be for 1 hour of work. I forget how much this person was charging per hour. Let me know if that sounds good to you, and I can get all the project details sent over. Thanks, Melissa. And then this person basically responded and they said, thanks for the opportunity, but I don't provide free samples. I said I would pay him for 1 hour of work, whatever his 1 hour of work allocation was. He says, I'm a top rated designer on Upwork with a diverse portfolio covering multiple niches. If the styles in my portfolio don't match your needs, a test sample won't make a difference. I'm just going to say that I don't have a lot of patience for people like this. So in my day-to-day life, I don't care how successful you are. I don't care what your job title is. I don't care if you're a top-rated designer on Upwork. You can treat people with kindness and respect. And apparently a top-rated designer on Upwork can't read, because I literally just said in the previous comment that I popped up on the screen that I would pay them for 1 hour of work. So then after that conversation, I said, if you could read above, I literally said that I would pay you for 1 hour of work. And then he was all in for the job. Now he wanted to do the job. And at that point, I just said, you know what? Thanks, but no thanks. And bless your heart, as people would say in the South. So because of that, I ended up only actually hiring 4 people. So I'm not going to, again, show who made the exact designs that I'm going to show you. They all actually ended up turning out okay. I think the price range was anywhere between $7 per project and $25 per hour. So I'm just going to very quickly go through and show you all the designs that these people came up with. So here's the first one. So this thumbnail is not terrible by any means. This would be perfectly fine and perfectly acceptable. It's just that the person that I ended up going with, I thought their thumbnail ended up being significantly better, and that's why I ended up choosing that person instead. So I honestly thought that looking at this, I probably could have gone into Canva myself and made something very similar. Here's another one. I thought I probably could have made something similar, and so I didn't want to pay somebody else to make something that looked like this one. I thought I was a little bit too retouched, a little bit too faded out looking. So these two were very similar. Here's another one that I just didn't really like. This kind of reminded me of a thumbnail from the early 2000s, like when YouTube first became a thing. So I thought that was a little bit too old fashioned. Now I think we're getting into the better ones. So this one is a little bit better, but he did definitely do a lot of retouching. Like my face and my eyes and my hair definitely don't look like that. But I liked a lot of other aspects of this design. So I said that I would be happy to work with them in the future if I needed anything. This was the first version of that thumbnail that I just showed you. And then this person was happy to make edits and they were really easy to work with. So that was wonderful. Here's another one. I'm not sure what's happened to my face. It's like just this side of my face was in a fiery inferno. So didn't love that. Not really the style I was going for. This one, I like this in the background. I think that's a really cool aspect. So I'm hoping that the person that I ended up going with could at some point incorporate some of this kind of arched, curved background design at some point. I just look like an absolute maniac. So I don't love what they did to me here. And I look exactly the same here, even though I told them not to really do that. So anyway, all of this to say, I would say that overall hiring somebody on Upwork again was overall a good experience, minus the one person that had to be told off for being rude. But actually come to find out, I did have a Zoom meeting with my video editor, and he and his brother have been absolutely fantastic. And turns out they're great at video editing and making thumbnails. And so I just thought it would be helpful to kind of keep it all in-house. And so I'll show you some of the thumbnails that they have created for me so far. This was one of my most recent. Here's another one where I talk about creating a budget and sticking to it. And then this is going to be the thumbnail for this current video. So overall, I thought that they did a really great job. They're always really easy to work with. And so overall, it just really simplified my decision that they can do the video editing and the thumbnails, and I can focus on the actual content creation. So again, that was my very, very quick recap of exactly what happened with the whole YouTube thumbnail designer saga. So yeah, I ended up hiring my video editor and his brother to basically video edit and do my YouTube thumbnails for me. So a good life lesson to really assess all of your options and think outside the box, maybe consider people that you didn't even know were potentially an option to begin with. And also to always try to be kind to people on the internet, unlike that person that we ran into on the Upwork platform. So as always, let me know if you have any questions about this entire process. I'll be more than happy to answer those. Throw those in the comment section down below. Feel free to follow me on my social channels right here, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.